the game, our competitive friends over at Zappos. It's the 200th banana ball game ever played in front of fans. And of course, it's going to happen where else but Des Moines, Iowa, where we have had a legendary 2 games so far. And now the Hawkeye State is on the line here on a beautiful Sunday in Principal Park, home of the Iowa Cubs, AAA affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. The Lifetime Series also on the line here. The Bananas and Party Animals have each won 2 games across the last 2 games here in Des Moines, and now we get to finally see who owns Iowa. And welcome inside. So happy to have you with us on the first NFL Sunday. We also have the 10th to last game of Banana Ball this year. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. With Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala, we've had 2 games go to showdowns, the first of which went to 4 rounds. We had never seen that before. Once again, Des Moines just offers unbelievable Banana Ball.
Again, it's been another memorable series here in Des Moines, Iowa, here in 2024. And you mentioned on Friday night the first ever Banana Ball game with 4 rounds of showdowns. Of course, the Bananas came out on top thanks to Jackson Olsen. It also secured them a season series win over the Party Animals. But despite that fact, the Party Animals still showed so much competition last night. Of course, 2 rounds of showdowns, and we saw Jake Lialios get the showdown shutdown of Jackson Olsen to even up this series here in Des Moines and force that rubber game here today. It is no better time for the 200th Banana Ball game of all time to also decide the great state of Iowa, and it's going to be a really competitive matchup. Jared Donaldson taking the mound for the Savannah Bananas, and the Party Animals, they are turning to Sean Fluke.
Yeah, last night was the first Banana Ball game across the last 2 tours between the Nanners and the Party Animals, where the season series still wasn't in the balance, and it did not change anything out on the field. There's still guys trying for legendary trick plays, pushing for trick play records and milestones, and of course both these 2 teams, this is the greatest rivalry that anybody on either side will tell you they have ever participated in. Everything is still on the line, whether you can win the season series or not.
Well, look, these 2 teams still take pride in winning specific states, and talking with both teams coming in today, that is still very much on their minds. And there's still other things, of course, to look forward as the rest of this tour progresses. You've got Ryan Cox chasing 200 trick plays. He had 4 last night for the Bananas. Jackson Olsen chasing 100 as well. And what's really fun for the Party Animals, they get Bryson Bloomer back in their lineup in today's ball game. He'll be the starting 3rd baseman.
Fire me up. It was a surprise pinch hit opportunity for the Boomer last night. Now he gets to start at 3rd. So it's going to be a glorious day for Banana Ball. So happy to have you here with us on YouTube. Let's get it down to Mr. Bill Leroy. We've got a Banana Baby to unveil.
2016. This tradition has brought us 3,401 wins. A number I completely made up. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for tonight's Banana Baby, Collins! Collins is 3 months old and surprisingly calm in this situation right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise one more time for tonight's Banana Baby, Collins!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, direct your attention to left field. They're the wildest, craziest, sexiest, most outrageous group of animals you'll ever lay your eyes on. And they're here for just one reason: to party. Make some noise for the Party Animals. starting lineup for the Party Animals. Let's go! Center fielder, Reese Hampton. At shortstop, number 11, Chase Acuff. Right fielder, number 1, Jake Skoll. The catcher, DC3, Dalton Cornett. The left fielder, Armando Buceta. At third base, number 8, welcome back to Bryson Bloomer. At DH, number 4, Tanner Tinder Thomas. At first base, number 2, Jason Swan. The extra hitter, number 16, Indy Stanley. And at second base, number 9, Dustin Bieber. On the mound for the Party Animals this afternoon, Sean Fluke. The Party Animals are managed by Mike Vava Vavasis, assisted by Isaac Hess and Anthony. How you doing? Coramano. Hess. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am bringing some bananas power to the plate. His name is Carter. Carter is 6 years old, and he's attempting to hit a home run against these Party Animals. So can I hear some noise for my dear friend, Carter? He's digging in the box. He's facing Party Animals pitcher, Brett Helton, who looks ridiculous right now. Yeah, you heard me. Here comes pitch number 1. Swing and a miss. Brett's bringing the heat. Not very fair, man. Pick on somebody your own size. The count's 0-1. Here comes pitch number 2. Big swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Can we get a boo for Brett Helton out here throwing heat? Whoa! Split says he's had enough, though. He steals the ball from Brett Helton, puts it on the tee, and Carter has a fair fight. Whenever you're ready, my friend. Boom! That ball's hit up the middle. Brett Helton and Bloomer are fighting over it. He falls down. Andy Stanley can't find the ball. The throw to first. Overthrow! Carter's rounding first. He's headed to second base at a blazing speed. He's bumbling, tumbling. Whoa, there's a fight going on. How did that happen? Carter's rounding third, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise and get on your feet. Oh my gosh. The ball is right here. Here comes the tag. And Carter is safe and home. Home run for Carter.
And you
Why
can
are
hit
you
a home
guys
run.
fighting?
You can hit a home run too by getting that crawling baby in our big show this afternoon. Head on down to that first base dugout with your crawling baby and be a part of the big show here in Des Moines this afternoon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to learn the rules of our game. The name of the game is Banana Ball, and in Banana Ball we have 11 rules. Rule number 1, every inning counts. You win the inning, you get a point. How do you win the inning? Score more runs than the other team. The final inning counts the most, where every run counts for a point. Rule number 2, we have 9 innings or a 2-hour time limit, unless. Rule number 3, if we are tied, we will force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder. Rule number 4, there is no bunting because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you are thrown out of the game. Swing the bat. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Rule number 6, there are no walks in Banana Ball. Ball 4 is a sprint. The runner can go as far as they want till all 9 fielders touch the ball. Rule number 7, batters may not step out of the batter's box. If they do, he'll call it a strike. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. Rule number 9, the Banana Ball challenge rule. During the game, each team has an opportunity to challenge one close umpire call per game. And not only did they get a chance to challenge you, Vince, so do the fans. Your fan challenge representative, we got John hanging out up here. Look at him, he's ready to go, buddy. That's not nice, Vince. That's not nice at all. Rule 10, the golden batter rule. Once per game, each team can take any hitter in their lineup and have them bat in any spot. And finally, the most fans first rule of them all. Des Moines, I hope you brought your gloves today, because if any of you fans catch a foul ball in this game, it counts for an out. And those are the rules of Banana Ball. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little competition between the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals. This is the Rock, Paper, Scissors Gauntlet Challenge. We have all the players of both teams. They're gonna rock, paper, scissors until one team is completely eliminated. Gentlemen, are we ready? Then on your marks, get set, go! DR goes down. Bloomer's got it. Jackson Olsen in now. He's out too. Bloomer's on a roll. Throwing stones out here, and here comes EJ and the Bananas. Reese Hampton coming back here. It's Reese versus Reese, and Hampton's there. Deep throws the rock, knocks out Reese Hampton. Here comes A-Cuff. A-Cuff knocks out Deep. Here comes Rack. Rack knocks out A-Cup. Becerra's in. Rack making a comeback. Here comes Jake Skull. Yeah. Can't beat that. Prime gets one back. Here comes Indy Stanley. Knocks out Prime. Party Animals knocking about. Here comes Hosley. Only one banana remains. Ryan Cox versus the Party Animals. All right, here we go. Bananas still in this thing. Taj Porter now knocks out the Bananas, and the Party Animals take the rock, paper, scissors gauntlet.
And now it's time to meet the cast of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour.
Impressive stuff from Taj Porter. Good run there from the Nanners for a little bit. But Indiana Stanley really carried the load there for the Animals until Taj put the Bananas away.
Really impressive showing from the rookie, showing he's got a reason to stay in the rock, paper, scissors lineup going forward. For the Savannah Bananas, my analysis, I mean, there's a reason you bet Ryan Cox in the 10-hole. He's been so good at just putting the ball in play, getting the walk-offs, and beating that lineup from the bottom part of the order. He's also been a really sturdy rock, paper, scissors player, can go on some incredible runs. There's a reason you're going to have him go last when it comes to your lineup for that, let's see, showdown, I guess?
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, showdown.
Right.
That sounds right. Dalton Malden and company hurling some beads out to the folks here in Des Moines as the cast and crew parades through the stands. Great to see so many folks in the chat fired up to see Bryson Bloomer back in the lineup. Of course, not just a fan favorite, one of our favorites as well. Two-time Coastal Plain League champion. Nanner across the 21 and 22 summers. Affectionately was called Coach Bloomer on that 2022 team. Battled injuries the entire year and then came up clutch against the Wilson Tobbs in that championship. Just a legendary man, not just in Banana Ball, but Banana Land.
It's just a big pick-me-up for this Party Animals lineup, of course. Bryson Bloomer, pretty sturdy when it comes to trick plays over there at the hot corner, but it's really the bat that speaks for itself. We've seen a couple 2 home run games in Bryson Bloomer's Banana Ball career, and all in all, just an extra base hit machine. Very good at hard hit rates as well.
Beautiful comment from Mark Wilson on YouTube. He said, the most wholesome sport on earth. I've got an ear-to-ear grin each game. That warms the heart right there. Another 11,500 fans on hand here in Des Moines. Iowa on the line. It's been perfect weather. Sign me up. Put it on my schedule every year for the rest of my life. I'll spend the first 2 weekends of September in Des Moines, Iowa.
It has been a real joy. You've heard the same things from the players as well. It's just nice to feel that little fall breeze in the air again. And Obviously, it's brought out some pretty insane competitions between the Bananas and Party Animals over these last 2 nights. Of course, we've seen showdowns in both games here in Iowa.
72 degrees, a nice little breeze. Perfect conditions for Biko and Yvonne to run 16 miles this afternoon. Let's see if we make it. First things first. Bananas and Party Animals vying for the Hawkeye State. And I've got to get back to Des Moines in the future because 2 years here, I still haven't gotten to check out the farmer's market.
I still haven't gotten to check out the Field of Dreams.
Yeah, I think we got to drive like 3.5 hours from here to.
I'm completely fine with doing such a thing.
It's not a bad drive. Sounds good. I love seeing what's outside the windows in the car.
We could have a catch.
It'd be mighty fine. I'm sure Banana Ball will take us to the Field of Dreams someday. Cast and crew getting their shout-outs. We'll have first pitch in about 10 minutes. For now, down to DR Meadows. Fans are about to get warmed up.
All the players are ready. So it's now time for you, the fans, to get ready. So I need everyone here on your feet. I need all of you on your feet. And help me welcome out 5-year-old Bryn. All right, Bryn, this is very important right here. We're all ready, but the fans are, so you have to get them ready. So whatever you do, everyone here has to do. Are you ready to get these people fired up? Let's get... Yeah, get it, Shark! A lot of energy. Oh, we're rolling with it. This is, what, from the 80s? Get into it, Brent. Let's groove tonight. Okay, that's definitely from the 80s. A lot of energy here. What, the Gritty? Oh, that's 2 years old here. Oh, spin it out, spin it out. A little dizzy now. Go, Brent. Jumping jack. Exercising on this Sunday. Yes, get those hands together. Brent, look around. You got 11,000 people ready for this game. Give it up one more time for Brent.
Well, the fans are ready to rumble. Now the young professor will make sure the rest of us are fired up for the rubber match here in Principal Park.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, today, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imaginations. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another day at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 12,000 people here in Des Moines, Iowa, to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off the center fielder, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. Batting second, playing second base, wearing number 8, he is our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Eric Jones. In the cleanup spot, the right fielder, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. Batting fifth, the DH, number 7, Michael Vitamin D. Batting sixth in left field, number 15, we call him Rack Robert Anthony Cruz. At first base, number 11, Corral Prime. The extra hitter, number 4, K.J. Jackson. At third base, number 18, Danny Hosley. And at shortstop, number 6, he's our glove magician, baby, Ryan Cox. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas today, it's Donnie Day, number 21, Jared Donaldson. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Viro Virant and Ray Ortega. Fans, please remain standing and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of today's national anthem, please welcome Herb Alexander.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Herb Alexander.
It is game 87 of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour. Loved by the folks who say playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs. Our feisty friends over at Zappos. Iowa is on the line. Not just here in 2024, but lifetime between the party animals and the bananas. Let's check out the Nanners' defensive alignment as these two squads battle for the Hawkeye State in the 200th Banana Ball game ever played. Left to right in the Bananas outfield, it's Robert Anthony Cruz, DR Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. In the infield, third to first, Danny Hosley, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Corral Prime. Behind the dish, it's Eric Jones Jr., and on the mound is Jared Donaldson.
Well, Ryan Cox had 4 trick plays last night for the Savannah Bananas, finds himself 12 away from becoming the first player to 200 all-time in a single season in Banana Ball. You You've also got to focus on DR Meadows. Has an 80-hit, 80 trick play season for the Savannah Bananas, and Correll Prime had 6 trick plays at first base for the visitors. Now draws his first career start at first base for the Savannah Bananas.
Their starting pitcher, Jared Donaldson, huddled up with guys on the infield. The 2022 Peach Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year, D2 All-American, splitter specialist, Pettit Cup champion with the Nanners in the summer of 2022, here in his second World Tour.
Jared Donaldson making start number 8 this season. It's actually the 28th time he's appeared on the mound overall. And Donnie with a winning record on the tour, 3 wins compared to just 2 losses, and has 50 strikeouts this season, which is actually the 5th most here in 2024, and he has only gotten stronger as this season has progressed. The Party Animals hit just .208 against Donnie in the month of August. Overall, they are batting just .272 against him on this 2024 World Tour.
And let's look at the Party Animals lineup that opposes him. Reese Hampton is locked in that leadoff spot as of late. Chase Acuff back in the 2-hole. Then Jake Skoll hitting third. Dalton Cornett cleaning it up. Armando Becerra in left, hitting 5th. Bryson Bloomer. Boy, is it great to see him back in the lineup in the 6-hole. And the bottom 4, Tanner Thomas, Jason Swan, Indiana Stanley, and Dustin Baber.
To 3, I need you to yell at the top of your lungs, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime!
Leading off for them.
The Bananas took game 1 after 4 rounds of showdowns, a Banana Ball record. The Party Animals bounced back with a victory last night after 2 rounds of showdowns. Reese Hampton, the reason they made it through round 1. He takes the splitter down below the knees. Has to look out for a fastball about 90 to 92 miles an hour from Donaldson, and a slider that will be snapped in from time to time as well. But the splitter is the primary weapon. 3 balls, no strikes on Reese Lightning.
Well, Hampton in both games this series has drawn a ball 4 sprint in the first inning against Banana starters Noah Nisnik and Ryan Kellogg. Has a chance to do it in all 3 games here in Des Moines, and Donaldson's 5th pitch will miss outside. And there's a little bit of trouble as the Bananas have a hard time getting this between all their fielders defensively. Reese Hampton finds himself with a 2-base ball 4 sprint.
Chase Acuff gets to swing it with a man in scoring position. Picked up 3 RBIs last night. The last of which came on his 20th double of the tour. What a year Chase is having. 1-2 count as he does not bite on the slider.
And amongst Party Animals in today's starting lineup, he has some of the strongest numbers. It's Jared Donaldson overall with a .381 batting average against him.
Up to 45 runs driven in on the year. He sees that splitter so well. Looks like a fastball coming in. Dives down below the knees at the last second. And Chase has worked the count full now. Remember, in Banana Ball, ball 4 here will score Hampton from second. There it is. Donaldson can't locate the 3-2 splitter. And Chase continues to have a great series here in Des Moines. Party Animals, 2 batters in, have a run across here in the first.
With good discipline for Chase Acuff, who before this series started in Des Moines said he could not remember the last time he had drawn a ball 4 sprint on his World Tour. Has a couple in this series. He's going to bring across the first run of the afternoon for the Party Animals. It's now across these 3 games in Des Moines. Banana starting pitchers have issued 11 total ball 4 sprints, something that will be a big point of emphasis and improvement come next weekend in Savannah, Georgia.
Chase has drawn 3 of them, 4 in total, but 3 against Banana starting pitchers. So he goes from coming into the series with 15 sprints up to 19 now on the tour. Only 2 less than his strikeout total. This one flicked foul by Jake Skoll. Very catchable for the fans. They come up empty. 2 foul balls caught for outs, 1 against each team on Friday night. None an evening ago, though. Boy, Donaldson would be happy to see the fans get this guy out of the left-handed batter's box. Tour leader in extra base hits. Tour leader in homers, triples, and doubles. And that's a nice backhanded stab by Prime. Bounces it to second, but the throw pulled Cox off the bag. Only the second error in the banana ball career of Correll Prime. And there's still no outs here in the first.
Well, did a really nice job picking that ball in the infield dirt, but seemed to have rushed his throw over to the second base bag and winds up pulling Ryan Cox away from the base, and Chase Acuff able to get in there in time. So Jared Donaldson now trying to work himself out of trouble. Still no outs, and Dalton Cornett up, who launched a 3-run home run last night for the Party Animals.
Talking to my roommate, Cowboy Kyle Lewicks, who was on the wrong side of that 3-run blast. This one's fouled off. Prime making the call, and he'll make the catch in foul territory. Kyle said it was probably the first fastball all tour that he hasn't given max effort on. Cornett, a true pull hitter. He was hoping he could steal a strike, probably have one yanked foul. So that was a pretty good job by Dalton keeping it fair. Not just kept it fair, but left the yard with plenty of space. This one fair down the right field line from Armando Becerra. And that's going to score Chase Acuff. Skoll follows him to third. Mondo coming up clutch with the RBI single.
Well, when Armando was a member of the Visitors, Banana Ball's developmental team, turned into one of their best bats across 6 games. Was also very effective when batting with runners in scoring position. Comes through here for the Party Animals in the first, as they've got a 2 spot so far.
Runners at the corners, just 1 out. Bryson Bloomer comes up empty on the splitter. Behind 0-2. Put a ball in play, reached on a trick play, missed last night. Becerra taken off, throw from EJ's terrific. But what a swim move from Mondo to make it 5 steals in 6 attempts.
And the crowd a little disappointed with the call over there at the second base bag, but the crowd not really urging our fan challenge representative to use it here in the first. And so the battle continues. Now Bryson Bloomer batting with 2 men in scoring position.
Right side of the infield in on the grass, left side halfway. And that one off the roof. Bloomer, a tough customer. Does not bite on the bender up and in. Count even at 2-2. That ball driven down the left field line. It will score a pair. And Bloomer's gonna coast into second with a stand-up double.
That is definitely a sight for sore eyes, and very nice to see if you're Mike Vivacis and Party Animals hitting coach Anthony Coramato. Makes you feel good, and know that Bryson Bloomer, very confident in his ability to swing the bat, turning from injury.
Tanner Thomas fouls off the first offering from Donnie. You got to feel great for Bloomer, too, a guy who missed nearly the first month of the season after he had surgery in the offseason to fix a right hip labrum impingement. And then, of course, missed the last few weekends after he fractured his pisiform, small bone in the wrist in Norfolk, Virginia. A fan favorite, a teammate favorite, front office staff favorite. Everybody loves Bloomer.
Just really unfortunate to see Bloomer missing so much time here in 2024, especially considering started all 69 games last season for the Party Animals. As Tanner Thomas is the first strikeout victim of the day for Jared Donaldson. Now 2 outs, and he'll go to work against Jason Swan.
And Bloomer was one of the Party Animals Iron Men last year, ended up leading the World Tour with his 56 RBIs. He's now up to 38 stakes here in his second World Tour. Ball and a strike on Jason Swan, the first baseman, who's having himself a tremendous sophomore campaign. 5-year man out of Georgia Southern. Utility guy who's found a home at first for the Animals, can really play anywhere in the infield. Nice backhanded stab, Ivan Trezak. Camera in the left hand, making a web jam with the right. Let's see your director of creative content make that play. Good eye there by Swan. Heater just misses, down and out. Count is full.
And you saw Jared Donaldson trying to walk off the mound. He would get that call from Vincent Chapman. Instead delivers a payoff. Ryan Cox plays that perfectly on a hop, goes between the legs, and will fire over to Correll Prime. The inning ends for Jared Donaldson. Ryan Cox gets the first Bananas trick play, but it's the Party Animals with 4 runs in the top of the first inning.
What a luxury it is to have the glove magician at short. What a luxury it is to have a 6'5" first baseman in Correll Prime. You take a look at the Party Animals defensive alignment with a 4-run cushion to work with here in the first inning. Left to right in the outfield, Armando Becerra, Reese Hampton, and Jake Skoll. In the infield, third to first, it's Bryson Bloomer, Chase Acuff, Dustin Baber, and Jason Swan. Behind the dish is Dalton Cornett, and on the bump, Sean Fluke.
Well, Chase Acuff was the standout performer last night for the Party Animals. 3 trick plays in the ballgame, now up to 137 to pace the team. And Armando Becerra, 8 trick plays. All of them came when he was a member of the Visitors. He is still seeking that first trick play as a member of the Party Animals. We'll see if he can grab it in left field today.
We'll zoom in on Sean Fluke, 5 for 5 in his trick play attempts here in World Tour number 3 for Mr. Undeniable. We'll have a mic on him in the bottom of the second inning. Offense gave him plenty of wiggle room here in the first, as he was shocked how bad his previous warm-up pitch went.
Well, it's great to see Sean Fluke take the mound starting for the 17th time this season. 3 wins and 3 losses for Mr. Undeniable. And lately, we've seen a Jekyll and Hyde type performance from Sean Fluke. Either has really good and really quick innings, or has been very susceptible to the walk-off, especially via Bananas long balls.
Checking in on the world's slowest race, true to its name, here this afternoon in Des Moines. And just in the nick of time, we've got a toddler separating from the pack. Impressive crawling abilities, but parking it just in front of the finish line. And there it is, with the hand for good measure. Take a quick peek at the Bananas lineup opposing Fluke. D.R. Meadows at the top. Jackson Olsen is due up second. Then Eric Jones Jr., Reese Alexiadis, Michael Deeb, Robert Anthony Cruz, Correll Prime, Kyle Jackson, Danny Hosley, and Ryan Cox. As you don't get to see the lineup, but you get to hear it, so that's good enough. Floater behind the head of the doctor. Just played half the game last night. 1 trip to the dish, singled naturally, scored an inning-winning run. Now up to a tour-high 358 batting average, and retook the lead in OBP at 441, 1 point higher than EJ, who waits in the hole.
Not surprising whatsoever. DR was able to come off the bench so effectively and provide some damage for the Bananas offensively. This season against Sean Fluke, 15 hits in 30 at-bats. He is batting .500 against Flukie.
It was a good job not to get sped up on the guy who throws slow, 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 and slow. The fastball's around 80 when pretty much every other pitcher in Banana Ball has a 9 in front of their fastball. And as I say it, DR sends it a mile high, foul territory, lands on top of the Animals dugout. Mariners need 3 guys to reach base before they can even dream of tying this first inning. Every inning in Banana Ball, a game within itself. You win an inning, you get a point. Team with the most points wins the game. Every run scored in the last inning is worth a point. The doctor puts a charge into this. No call from the umpires. We're just going to say it was a fair ball. We didn't have a declaration from any of the 4 umpires. It's going to be a long single for DR.
Well, Armando Becerra wisely played that like it had not left the yard, which might have contributed to the call. A very tough one to make, whether that ball struck that yellow line or not, but it'll stand as a very long single for DR Meadows, who had flipped the bat and was admiring his work, and that's what cost him the chance at extra bases.
DR thought he might have had his first home run of the year. Unfortunately, that's a mighty tall wall in right. Hot shot eats up Dustin Baber from Jackson Olsen, the official scoring ruling.
I was in my book.
Okay, terrific. Eileen hit. It was scolded. Tough backhanded stab. In fact, we've broadcasted a few games together. I'm pretty sure Eileen hit as well. Go back and check it out. In general, we reward barrels here in Banana Land.
Agreed.
Short hopper. Baber had to go down to a knee. Kind of like a 360 stabbing attempt at it. EJ with the foul ball. It's going to reach the seats and not caught by the fans. Well, the Niners 2/3 of the way there. They've got to get one more guy on base, and all of a sudden to bring the innings tying run up to the dish. Currently on deck is the 2023 Pioneer League leader in homers. EJ the Bananas, team leader in home runs, as well as extra base hits. 9 bombs, 30 extra base hits in total. Last year's tour leader in homers puts a charge into this. Deep out to left center. Oh, a no doubt smash. Eric Jones Jr. into double digits in the home run department. That's a 3-run mammoth bomb.
Banana Ball's all-time leader in home runs now has back-to-back seasons with double-digit long balls. And for EJ, 5 home runs this season have come against Sean Fluke on that pitcher's mound. Has truly been Flukey's Achilles heel this season, and the Bananas right back in it in the first inning.
We're only down by a run as EJ ties Jake Skoll for the tour lead in homers at 10 apiece. Not for the big video board up there. That would have been EJ to the freeway. 2 balls and a strike on Alexiadis, who now represents the inning tying run. A good thing the Party Animals offense gave Fluke 4 to work with. This one poked out to right center. Skoll makes the call and will tap it up and grab a trick play. 24th of the year for the man on his 4th World Tour.
And you're seeing Jake Skoll already on a torrid pace, trying to get up to 30 trick plays before this tour concludes. Had 2 on Friday night for the Party Animals. Was unable to grab one last night, but the minute he gets his opportunity this afternoon, scores one for the Party Animals, their first of the day.
Michael Vitamin Deeb does not chase the changeup nor the fastball that followed. Guy who's always hit Sean Fluke well with a 3-0 count now. 2 for 3 last night. He's got 2 doubles here in Des Moines. Swinging 3-0, drive deep to left, but Becerra will grab it just in front of the track.
Well, good strategy by Michael Deeb. Saw himself in a favorable count. He's done an excellent job at driving the ball as of late, and thought he could possibly get it over the heads of the Party Animals outfielders shifting in for potential sprint defense, but 2 outs for the Animals as Rack's got something for us.
He's got a lot of flips. And he's coming up to the dish with some J-Lo blaring. In case anybody was wondering, and I wasn't sure if Robert Anthony Cruz was still Jenny from the Block. There's your answer. Guy with 7 home runs on the tour. Did he check his swing? Yes, says the third base umpire, Joe Nelson. Not to be confused with the visitor, Joe Nelson Smith. Healthy hack. Rack was trying to tie the inning in one fell swoop. 7 bombs here in his first World Tour. Smile on his face.
He's still looking for his first hit in this series in Des Moines, but his reach base via ball 4 sprint and a steal of first. Swing has looked just a little long here in Iowa, and it's Rack swinging through the breaking ball from Sean Fluke. And despite the 3-run homer from Eric Jones Jr., the Party Animals hang on to claim the first point in this rubber match.
Fluky bends, but he does not break. Animals up 1 inning in. Guy who came to Banana Land for the 2021 Breakfast Bowl by way of his best friend, Mike Vivacis. They were coaching baseball together at Hudson High School, their hometown down by St. Pete. Fluky came in, and I got to talk to him to get his life story. He was the self-proclaimed strikeout king. And fair enough, he set the single season record at his high school with 128 strikeouts in 85 innings pitched as a senior. Ended up at Pasco Hernando State with Vava. A wild journey he's had. Out in the real world, a job refurbishing elevators. And then was an exterminator for a few years before banana ball became his full-time occupation. And it's going to be 9-10-1. Due to swing it for the Party Animals. Indiana Stanley, Dustin Baber, and then back at the top of the order, Reese Hampton. Indy gets to face off against the guy he caught plenty of times in the 2022 summer. They're both collegiate bananas.
Yeah, these two paired up a lot as the battery back in 2022, so Stanley should feel very comfortable with the arsenal that Jared Donaldson possesses on the mound. And finds himself quickly ahead 3-0 to start this top of the second.
Had a homer and a double in his time with the visitors. Thought that was going to be ball 4. That was a ball pretty much all last night. And this one chopped to Hosley. Got to be quick with it. Nice scoop by Prime over at first as Donaldson bounces back from the 3-0 count to get Indy.
Well, that was a wise play by Danny Hosley. Had to stay patient and wait for that ball to come to him. And with the speed of Stanley, did not have time for any sort of trick play. I think Hosley also tried not to get too aggressive after seeing Jared Donaldson labor in that first inning, throwing 40 pitches.
Big first out. First 3 batters reached against Donaldson in the first. A couple sprints and an error. So this is a nice change of pace. Donaldson working quickly, and that one probably about 5 to 6 feet shy of getting right up into the booth.
I was ready. I was trying to get the hands out of that window.
Perfect direction for Biko, just not enough distance. Will I ever get an opportunity to catch a foul ball again? Head was in the book last night. Never saw the ball off the bat. As Alexiadis is going to tap it up to himself and take a little slumber. A super slumber out in right field, as will be known in What We Do in Shadows.
let's quickly become a favorite trick play of Reese Alexiadis, one that we've seen countless times this season. And now the Bananas so used to it that even his teammates getting in on the fun as they all take a little snooze on the diamond.
Jackson Olsen showing off the range, 360 bounce pass to first. Slap a star in your book and give Olsen his 94th trick play of the tour.
Great trick play feel from Jackson Olsen, has to range and then decides, hey, the bounce pass, an incredible way to feed the ball to Correll Prime at first base. That was an 11-pitch inning for Jared Donaldson, and it concluded in 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
What a fun inning for Jared Donaldson, fun for us as the Banana Ball viewing audience, and fun for me anytime I get to shout out Nandor the Relentless. It's just wins all around.
Let's see some W's in the chat, guys.
Chat, was that Riz? Got a sing-off going on here as we head to the bottom of the second. Incredible voices that the people here in the capital of Iowa have brought to Principal Park. Well, we were hoping to have Sean Fluke mic'd up. Unfortunately, technical difficulties are delaying us. He's not happy. He can hear us. The problem is, Sean, we can't hear you. He doesn't even want to pitch. I could hear that he said unbelievable. He's just going to go to the dugout. He's done. I know, Fluke. Trust me, nobody's more sad than me. Correll Prime takes that one for a ball. Boy, that looked pretty good. Right around the knees. We'll get the call there from Vincent Chapman. Rolled over to third. Bloomer between the legs, flips it behind the back. Welcome back to Banana Ball, Bryson Bloomer. Delightful trick play.
A snazzy trick play from Bryson Bloomer. Now 5 in the ball game already, and not only do you get that between the legs transition, but Bloomer flipping that one up to himself behind the back, just plussing the trick play. Hey, that guy's got the juice.
He's got the Reginade on tap. One of the biggest Reginald Horton fans around. I mean, who isn't, first of all, but those guys have a special connection. Reggie, even though he's a coach of the Bananas, still powering Bloomer as he's gone over to the Animals side of the field. Ball and a strike here on Kyle Jackson. 3 for 3 last night. Got his first career Banana Ball walk-off. Now 15 for 34 in his Banana Ball career. Flirting with hitting 500.
It's awfully impressive what KJ has continued to do offensively, as this one is skied into center field. Reese Hampton tries to collect this one behind his back, and now will overthrow Chase Acuff standing on the second base bag, and KJ Jackson will move up 90 feet, recognizing that that one was going to sail on the party animal shortstop.
This is what my JV baseball coach Joe DeFino would call a disastrophe. One mistake compounded by another. And Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that might be the first play in Banana Ball history we've seen a player have a trick play missed and an error.
I want to say you're correct. There's the slight possibility that it has happened before.
An eephus bashed by Danny Hosley. It's going to be one hop off the center field wall. KJ motoring around third. Babers relay, not in time. Hosley with his 9th walk-off of the tour. And we're knotted at a point each.
Well, Sean Fluke was trying to draw some inspiration from a former Savannah Banana in Bill Lee and go to an eephus pitch, but Danny Hosley sat back, timed it up perfectly, and comes up with the walk-off double. So we're all evened up.
Well, it's an unearned run, and we're going to give Sean Fluke the stick mic to get his thoughts there on the second inning.
Dude, unreal. How are you not going to get me mic'd up, bro? We're like 85 games in here.
Listen,
what are we doing?
This is beyond my control.
I was going for the world record, slowest pitch thrown.
The executive producers pulled the plug. You think that was slower than the Leafus is from the Spaceman?
Oh, man. That was probably in the 50s, if not high 40s. And I did it 3 times. I should have had 3 outs on it. But banana ball, you know, but it was fun. That first inning, gave up 3 absolute piss rods, and I had a blast. It was a great time, you know?
Hey, you earned the point, man.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I knew exactly what I was doing.
Great minds think alike.
Love you guys. Have fun up there.
Love you too, Fluke. Have a great rest of your ball game, buddy. That guy rocks. Appreciate him getting mic'd up, whether the technology worked or not. Always good to have a backup plan. Let's let Maceo and the fellas dance us to the third. Maceo tremendous as per usual. Same goes for Malachi, Niz, Ziggy, and Ty. As Jared Donaldson, tale of 2 innings so far tonight. Faced 8 party animals in the first. Gave up 4 runs. Only 3 of them earned, and then bounced right back with a 1-2-3 third. He's now retired 5 straight.
Yeah, good to see Jared Donaldson starting to settle in on the pitcher's mound as this one is scalded to Danny Hosley. Slides over to his left and throws over to Correll Prime. A web gem for Danny Hosley and a quick first out for Jared Donaldson in the top of the third.
Make it 6 straight party animals set down, thanks to Danny Do-It-All. Nice footwork over at first from Prime. And as Jake Skoll does not bite on the splitter, with a 1-0 count, Donnie's gonna pull Olsen, Cox, and Meadows in for a little ditty. Wow. This was a dance made for Des Moines. A lot of emotion. Raw emotion at that. And a crow hop fastball up and out. Wow. Generous strike call to get Donnie back in the count. Donnie started his day with 2 ball 4 sprints. Has not allowed one since. This one chopped. What a scoop! Correll Prime behind the back as he steps on first. Manners are putting on a defensive clinic.
What a smooth play from Correll Prime over at first base, playing that one beautifully on the hop, and then gets a transition as he takes it to the bag. Wow, that is one of the better plays you will see unassisted by a first baseman in banana ball.
The question on everybody's mind, is it a trick play?
I think it is.
I concur. 1-1 here on Dalton Cornett. Popped out in foul territory his first time. And that one yanked foul.
If you talk to Correll Prime at any point, he'll tell you just how much he loves being able to play the first base position. Just really respects the position defensively and is always trying to work on improving his glove. Clearly seeing all those years of hard work paying off early this afternoon.
7 years of minor league baseball experience for Correll Prime, with first base as his primary position. He's just smooth as silk.
And you've seen the Bananas also utilize him as a defensive replacement late in ball games, filling in usually in the 9th innings.
Good hustle there from Isaac Hess, defending Sophia Peach, our first base camera woman. This one's fouled. Almost a tremendous catch on a ricochet by a fan. Good battle here between Donnie and Cornett. And Prime gets some more action in the field. Between the legs, bounce to Donaldson. A pair of trick plays on the inning for Prime. And it's 8 straight party animals set down for Donnie.
An impressive start to the game for the Savannah Bananas, especially in that trick play department. And Jared Donaldson rebounding. Very nice. That was a 3-minute and 8-second frame.
Donnie's found his groove. We'll get it down to the young professor for some Grandma Gladiators.
There you go, they will fight. You must decide who the mightiest warrior is. Gladiators, are we ready? Then bring it in on your marks. Get set, fight! Oh, there they go, swinging hard. Kay's there. Okay, there's no timeouts here, Kay. Intimidation. Oh, there goes the sweater. Colleen's getting serious here. Here they go again. She's swinging hard. She is going to take her head off at that. She is swinging wildly. Fighting. Oh, good shot. Oh, she goes down. She's getting her. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. Fans, we have to decide who the winner is. Is the winner Colleen? Or is the winner Kay? Sorry, Kay. Ladies and gentlemen, your Grandma Gladiator winner. Give it up for Colleen.
Colleen, what a performance as our victorious Grandma Gladiator this afternoon. Dalton Ponce takes over on the mound for Sean Fluke. Got to put up a 0 to keep this game tied at 1 point each.
Well, things went rockier than Sean Fluke would have liked down on the mound, so the party animals turning to Dalton Ponce. Here out for the 32nd time on tour with 4 wins and 2 losses on his season. And he will be greeted with Dustin Baber ranging into shallow center field and coming up with a barehanded leaping grab. Trick play number 106 for Derek Ginger.
Looked like a young Blake Griffin soaring through the sky. What a snag. And how about the performance from Meadows, Cornett, and Chapman? Hitter, catcher, and umpire with some really impressive choreography on the Fox NFL theme song. Welcome to Banana Land. Dior tattooed a ball about halfway up the 24-foot wall in left. Thought he might have had his first homer of the tour. Pimped it. Should have been a double. Ended up being content with a single. Came around to score on the EJ homer anyway. And he'll take a 4-pitch sprint. That's a rare sight from Dalton Ponce. One of the lowest sprint percentages in Banana Land.
Yeah, it's only Ponce's 10th ball 4 sprint issued in 2024. Fortunately, the Animals defense pounced very quickly, held Meadows to just 1 base on the sprint.
Now Jackson Olsen enters the fray. And that's the CBS theme song. If I know my football tunes. Meadows, big turn, jumps back to second base. Good backup there by Cornett to keep DR at second.
I thought that was NBC.
Football night in America. Might be NBC. We'll find out right now. EJ is going to have a submission. Yep, you're spot on. This is CBS.
This is CBS. Ah. This is probably my favorite.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you're injected in my veins. Football is back.
Makes me want to run through a
wow.
brick wall. My thoughts are completely aligned with you.
I love that one. Like, no wonder Tony Romo was so amped up all the time.
It's unbelievable Jim Nantz is able to contain himself. That one a mile high, shallow left. Acuff battling the sun, is going to tip it up and grab it himself with a dive. Mondo's going to add a dive, just like Bruno Mars the other night in Vegas when his backup dancer took a spill, just so that Chase doesn't feel alone on the ground and left. And let's get some Monday Night Football while we're at it. Let me say this, they're all awesome.
Oh, there's not a single bad one in the bunch.
No. They're all 9.5s up. But if you're going to give one a 10, CBS.
Yeah.
I want to meet that composer. I want to shake his hand. Or her hand. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake your hand.
Just good old plain fun. Oh, wow. Quinn Kreller, why do you have your window down? He just shut the entire thing. He had it cracked. Now he shuts it in disappointment. Who knew Principal Park was going to give us so many opportunities to catch some foul balls? That time, it's one of our marketing superstars who, if the window was open, I think could have had a play on that. Yeah, he taps his chest, my bad. It's the other beautiful thing about this press box. We can see everybody about 7 booths down each direction. Hey, we got a pretty big spot in this game here. Deuce is wild, inning-winning run 90 feet away. Oh, and Ponce just barely misses down and in. Count runs full.
Well, for Ponce, it's all about challenging Reese Alexiadis here. Make sure you throw a strike, and if anything, just make him beat you, and that's exactly what Ponce does. Going to the heater, Alexiadis battles it foul.
Reese fouled it off of his leg. That's why he batted the ball away from Cornette, who was hustling after it in case it did not get a piece of Super Reese. Couple shakes. Now Cornette and Ponce on the same page. Another 3-2. That one blasted out to right center field. Reese Hampton. Reese on Reese crime. Ponce bears down. Strands a pair in scoring position, and it's still 1-1 after 3.
Sunday football season is back in full swing, and we are
down
celebrating
to the young professor.
here.
Brand new
and
promotion.
I've got Jackson and Carter down here, and we're going to have a little football skills competition, but we're going to do it bananas style. See, these two guys are going to try to punt a football as far as they can, and whoever punts it the furthest wins. Sounds easy, right? Well, I said it's bananas style, because before they go, one at a time, I'm going to spin them around 10 times. This is the Dizzy Punt Game. All right, gentlemen, are we ready? Jackson, we're going to have you go first. Have you did it. Forehead down on that bat. We're going to spin 10 times. On your mark, get set, go. 1, you got to go faster. 2, little faster. 3, 4, 5, go faster, Jackson. 6, faster, faster, faster. 7, 8, 9, 10. Punt that football. Get it, get it. He's a little sideways. He's a little sideways. All right, and Walker's marking the spot. We're marking the spot. We're getting the next football in here. All right, Carter, you're up. You've got to go a little bit further than that. And oh, by the way, the loser gets a pie in the face, everybody. So, Carter, here we go. Spin, here we go. 1, faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, faster, faster, faster. 7, 8, 9. Punt that ball. Oh, this is going to be good. It's up. Makes it out of the infield. Carter is the winner, which means Jackson, here it comes, buddy. All up in that mustache. Carter, do the honors in 3, 2, 1. Boom goes the dynamite. That is the Dizzy Punt Game.
It was a powerful pie at the end of the Dizzy kickoff. Head to the 4th inning. Knotted at 1 point each. Jared Donaldson has retired 8 straight party animals. Sets his sights on the middle of this order, 5, 6, and 7. Armando Becerra, his former Collegiate Bananas teammate, with an RBI single his last time. Fastball just barely missed. Good-looking pitch from Donaldson, and Vincent says, well, maybe had to call it a ball because home plate was too dirty. So he dusts off the dish and shakes his body, does a split. The people love it. Everybody rejoices.
49 shakes per second, though, from Vince. Mark was down from his usual total.
This is his third straight game behind the dish. You got day game after a night game. You're going to expect a little regression. Wow. A couple tight calls. Neither of them go Donaldson's way. And then that one clearly misses. Zarlis makes a great point in the YouTube chat. Says, what about round ball rock from basketball, though? Got to think about that as Becerra works the sprint, eyeing the Bananas defense, and will be content with one base on his 5th career banana ball sprint. CBS football theme song versus round ball rock.
A clash of titans, if you will.
I will. No, basketball.
Right, and that inspired a legendary Saturday Night Live sketch.
Really good.
CBS theme, can't say the same.
Where's the sketch, CBS? Diving play, Robert Anthony Cruz robs Bryson Bloomer of what would have been his 2nd knock of the day.
But we saw last night Robert Anthony Cruz with the trick play on a backflip catch. Now shows off the leather with a pretty classic web gem, laying out and robbing Bryson Bloomer of a 2nd knock.
Pair of barrels, though, for the Boomer in his first start since Norfolk, Virginia. As Tanner Thomas digs this one out, gets it to DR, who is thinking about a trick play. Decides in the situation, I just got to make sure I get the out.
Well, that thing, another barrel just off the bat of Tanner Thomas, and it was coming at DR Meadows so quickly. He did not want to chance it and possibly come up with a trick play miss that would have put Armando Becerra at 3rd base, or possibly have even scored speedy corner outfielder.
Well, Taj Porter bringing the boombox up to the dish as his buddy Jason Swan is due to swing it. Little respect here to the San Francisco 49ers. We're playing on Monday Night Football against the Jets tomorrow night. And of course, Brett Helton, AKA Featherboy, gets in on the action.
And that's what I was just about to say. It's good to see that Featherboy wasn't just a one-time deal. He's back for a 2nd day. He's trying to get a little more out of his time in Iowa.
When Donaldson misses just around the top of the zone again. It's been a tight strike zone here in Des Moines, Iowa. It's been going both ways. Banana ball's already such a tough sport to be a pitcher in. Ball 4 sprints gives batters such an advantage. Now you've got another 3-0 count. Ball 4, and you've got runners on 1st and 3rd. And Donaldson, once again, right around it. That one clearly a ball, though. Just at the top of the letters. Donnie strutting around the mound, showing his displeasure through some pretty obvious mannerisms on the mound towards the home plate umpire.
Yep, walking right in front of that pitcher's mound, the arms outstretched just a little bit. Just asking Vincent Chapman where some of these more recent pitches have missed overall.
And Vincent will tell him up. Tough, though, for Donnie. He's a guy who thrives off that elevated fastball. As this one, worm burner to Danny Hosley, kicks it up to himself. Seed across the diamond just in time to get the speedy Stanley.
The risk was real for Danny Hosley, but nonetheless, just enough mustard on the ball to get ahead of Indy Stanley. And the Bananas have done so well at their trick plays here this afternoon, especially because Jared Donaldson has continued to keep the banana ball on the ground.
Well, some frustrations from Donnie there in the fourth. Gave up a pair of sprints. Does an excellent job bearing down, stranding Party Animals at the corners, and putting up his third straight goose egg. And we still have a 1-1 tie through 3.5 innings as we hey baby here in Niceville, USA. What a wonderful city Des Moines, Iowa is. Earns the Niceville nickname because the people are so gosh darn amicable. Had 2 legendary banana ball games through 3.5 innings. This one is living up to the billing. Another really fun one. Bananas defense has been putting on a show. And the pitching has stepped up too after 7 runs between the two sides were scored in the first. It's been pretty much a parade of zeros outside of the unearned run in the second that gave the Bananas their lone point. I did see Callie in the chat wondering who our favorite NFL teams are, and I saw some love for mine as well. Rudy. We're both fans of the New York Football Giants. You could guess who Josh supports. It's a Georgia boy through and through.
Yep, rise up. This could be the Falcons' year. Hoping big Cole's Kirk Cousins lead us to the promised land.
Michael Deeb, former Notre Dame football player, who actually went to South Bend to be a 2-sport athlete. Football in the fall, baseball in the spring. It was his freshman year at Notre Dame that injured his UCL. Surgery would have kept him out of baseball, delayed his football career as well. Instead, he put on a mega brace, continued his career as a linebacker, had to put baseball on the back burner. Played 4 years on the gridiron and then transferred to Bethune-Cookman to play 2 years of college baseball. So impressive there that after playing professionally in Puerto Rico, 2018 Empire League MVP, back here in the continental United States, earned himself a deal with the Chicago White Sox. Unfortunately, injuries ended up taking him out of their farm system. It's all brought him back to us. This is his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. Such an impressive player as he muscles this one out to left center. And how about it? 3 games in Des Moines, 3 doubles for Vitamin D.
Again, his plate approach is off the charts. You saw Deeb stay ahead in the count against Dalton Ponce the entire time, and he's really been flexing his opposite field power in this series. So he will be taken off the bags. Malachi Mitchell, the designated runner, will appear for the first time today.
2 doubles the opposite way, 1 yanked to right center, just uses the entire field so well. Batting average up to 316, OBP up to 415. Guy who spent a lot of this year in the cleanup spot, hitting 5th today. Recently, he's been moved down in the order to lengthen the Nanners lineup. And that's a barrel from Robert Anthony Cruz. Jake Skoll leaping catch just in front of the track, as Flash will tag from 2nd to 3rd.
And that was a marvelous way for Malachi Mitchell to read that barrel off the bat of Robert Anthony Cruz. Saw Skoll with a beat on it. Did not leave the second base bag at all. And once he saw that one wind up, Party Animals right fielder's glove took off and advanced 90 feet.
Another sticky situation for Dalton Ponce. Party Animals infield in against Corel Prime. Inning-winning run at 3rd, and now Ponce is going to check 2nd. Eric Goldstein, the umpire, says that Flash did not leave early. Really no reason to. That was not a play Skoll had a chance in the world to grab him at 3rd on. Slider misses up and in. See what Ponce goes to on the 1-0. 12-6 curveball, changeup, 4-seam, 2-seam fastballs. He can drop down sidearm. Ends up going with the gas and evening up the count. Swing and a miss. Nice front door bender. Ponce looking for what would be a huge K here.
And it's been the breaking balls that have caused Correll Prime trouble on occasion. It's Dalton Cornett trying to set up Pierce outside, get Prime to chase. You saw him retired against Dylan Porter a couple weekends ago, whipping through a slider that sailed across that outside portion of the zone.
That was a remarkable stop by Dalton Cornett. That thing gets by him and Flash scores the inning-winning run. 2-2. That one looped into shallow center. It's going to dunk in for a hit. Hampton flips it in as Prime has his second career banana ball walk-off. And the Nanners take their first lead of the afternoon.
Despite just getting jammed a little bit by Dalton Ponce, Prime, such a sturdy bat, was still able to muscle that one into the outfield in front of Reese Hampton. And the Bananas will try and maintain their lead going forward in this ballgame. Is a little corn celebration from the guys.
It's corn! Let's get it down for our Bananas Foster family of the ballgame. Tori
And now,
Bryant.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, Tori Bryant.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and bring families together, we created a nonprofit called Bananas Foster. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Today, we are celebrating the Poole family. Eric and Amanda have been a licensed foster family for 6 years. Since then, they have welcomed 12 kids into their home and are currently parenting 8 children. Fans, please join us in celebrating this amazing family for making a difference right here in your community.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for our Bananas Foster family of the day.
Well, as Shark said, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, want to support Bananas Foster and the superstars in the foster care community like Eric and Amanda Poole. You can text Bananas to 50155. We head to the 5th inning. Nanners lead 2-1 as Banana Land's premier strikeout pitchers, Ethan Scujay, Mr. Worldwide, takes over for Jared Donaldson.
Out for the 23rd time on this year's World Tour for Scujay, striking out 22% of the total batters he's faced in 2024. It can sometimes be a little erratic out on the pitcher's mound as well, one of the higher ball force sprint rates on the Savannah Bananas. And the last time we saw him toe the slab, in just 2/3 of an inning pitched, gave up 7 runs to the Party Animals. However, only 1 of them was earned against him.
Did not get a lot of help from the defense. 1 pitch to Dustin Baber. The fans have a chance to grab it out. And they come up empty. That thing was blasted up to the clouds and back. Tough play to make. Bottom of the order. Trying to get something going. Feed the top. Baber in the 10 hole. Reese Hampton and Chase Acuff, number 1 and 2 hitters, waiting in the wings. Scooge, a power pitcher, and it's a 3-pitch K. Heater grazes the inside corner. He catches Baber looking.
A 3-pitch strikeout in 25 seconds for Ethan Scooge. Impressive stuff. Nice to see him pounding the zone early in this outing. It's just about the only drawback from Jared Donaldson's performance today. His inability to locate first pitch strikes to batters.
Still for Downey, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. That was all in the first inning. Ended with 3 straight scoreless frames. Really nice bounce back after he threw 40 pitches in the first frame. Now Scooge behind 2-0 against the dangerous switch-hitting center fielder Reese Hampton. He's back in the count. Saw Judy P in the chat, legend of Bananas Insiders, long before even the K Club existed. Said Colts and Georgia Bulldogs for her. I'm a huge Indianapolis Colts fan this year. I've got Anthony Richardson on 3 of my 4 fantasy football teams.
You may be the biggest Anthony Richardson believer I've ever met.
I'm heavily invested. From a fantasy football product, he's about to have a monster year. Payoff pitch. Rolled over to the right side. Prime grabs it. Fair. And able to tag out Hampton. Heath Banks, first base umpire, had a great view of it. Good job by Prime to snag that before it bounced foul.
Well, knowing just how dangerous Reese Hampton's been this entire tour, and particularly against Ethan Scooge as well, came into today batting .348 against the right-hander. Prime wisely wanted to get to that ball as quickly as possible, get that thing to stay fair and get a second out for Scooge, who has a 1-1 count on Chase Acuff.
Back-to-back benders for a guy who averages 93 to 94 miles an hour on the fastball. Make it 3 straight. It's the White Castle special. Sliders across the board. And there's the gas. Chase just looks so confident up there. Didn't even think about chasing that. Rolls it over, foul. Hit another 2-2.
What's funny that you mentioned the confidence of Chase Acuff in the box, who's actually admitted recently Ethan Scooge may be the most uncomfortable at-bat for him amongst all guys on this Bananas staff in 2024.
Fouled straight back. Scooge is at the bottom of the list of guys I would like to have a plate appearance against. No question.
Key remark, mainly from Acuff, came in regards to the velocity from Scooge, of course, very prolific, says there are just some days where it feels impossible to catch up to that heater.
That's my big qualm with the prospect of facing Scooge as well. Good blinks there by Chase once again. Payoff pitch now. And he earns himself a sprint all the way to the backstop. He'll have at least 2 bases. The Anners need to get it to all 7 fielders behind Scooge and EJ before the ball is live. And they'll do it with Chase standing at second base. Second sprint of the ball game. 5th here in Des Moines. He now has 20 sprints on the tour compared to 21 Ks.
A huge boost in the OBP department for Chase Acuff. And by the way, a really nice read from Ryan Cox on that situation, seeing the ball getting away from Eric Jones Jr. And after being able to field the transition, get it over to Jackson Olsen. We'll hold that thought because Jake Skoll has fouled out to the first fan of the afternoon. And that will get Ethan Scooge out of the 2-out jam in 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
Rapscallion never even got his tush out of the seat. Caught that thing from the comfort of his chair. Impressive stuff. That's why you bring your glove to a banana ball game. And the Banana Band will blast away to celebrate the third foul out to a fan here in Des Moines this year. Ty Jackson and Brandon Crosby bringing their hero in the 5th inning down to the field to be celebrated. Caden Stevenson, a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, although I have no reason to be. I just have always loved watching that team. Call me a bandwagon fan, but how can you not enjoy watching Patrick Mahomes just win year after year? For more on that, I'm sure. Let's get it down to Ty Jackson.
All right, guys, I'm here with the fan who caught the foul ball. What's your name?
My name's Tommy Wilkin.
All right, nice to meet you. So you're from Iowa?
Yep.
All right, you saw that ball up in the air. What were you thinking on the way down?
Somebody said heads up, looked up, bam, right in my glove.
Well,
My hand.
thank you so much for catching that ball. And one more thing, how do people out there get a beard like you?
It's age and experience.
Age and experience, people. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ty. No amount of age nor experience will ever allow me to craft a beard like that. Can't believe Ty didn't ask him one question about the Chiefs.
Now, did you see that he had a VIB badge on? There's the slight possibility he and Scooch conspired for this to happen earlier today.
So you're saying there's a chance. Colton Ponce out for his 3rd inning of work. Scoreless 3rd inning, gave up a walk-off flared single to Prime in the 4th. Faces off against Kyle Jackson. 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. KJ reached on a trick play, missed his first time, came around to score the inning-winning run in the 2nd. Another guy who looks extremely comfortable up there in the batter's box. And I jinxed him. Nasty 2-seam fastball as Kyle extends his strike zone, goes down swinging.
Yeah, great late movement on that pitch from Dalton Ponce. KJ Jackson just getting a little too aggressive, expanding his strike zone, or zone overall, I should say. Coming up empty. First strikeout of the day for Ponce.
It's such a good pitch after tossing in so many of those sliders and 12-6 curveballs that come in on that same plane. All of a sudden, you get one that has the heat and jumps out of it as Chase Acuff with the trick play takes care of Danny Hosley. 2 up, 2 down here for Ponce and company in the 5th.
Pretty routine trick play for Chase Acuff at this point. Now very close to 140 trick plays on his season. Dalton Ponce doing a really good job following Sean Fluke in this ball game overall. Aside from the walk-off allowed last inning in the bottom of the 4th.
Ball and a strike here on Ryan Cox, the only man in Banana Land with more trick plays than Acuff. Has to jump out of the way of the heater. And that ball lifted deep out to right, Skoll to the track, can't make the snag. And Ryan's gonna cruise into 2nd with a double. 10th 2-bagger of the tour for Cox.
Great lumber off the bat of Ryan Cox. And for Jake Skoll, almost went about fielding that ball a little too nonchalantly. He's unable to make the grab, and now Dalton Ponce to square up against D.R. Meadows, the best man in batting average with runners in scoring position this season. Try and avoid a 2nd straight inning, allowing a walk-off to the Nanners.
Rolled over to third. Hey, Bryson Bloomer. What a big spot to go between the legs. Flip it behind his back. Second time he's pulled off that doozy today. And it's a scoreless bottom of the 5th for Ponce. Party Animals still just trail by 1 now after 5.
Carbon copy of Bloomer's trick play earlier in today's ball game. And now it's time to send it down to Ty Jackson once again. He's got some fans for us here in Iowa.
Biko and Josh, I'm here with Adam. Adam, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, having a fun time.
All right, I got a few questions for you today. So first off, is this your first Bananas game?
Yes, it is.
All right, you having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
All right. A lot of dancing I see up here, you know. And the reason I came to interview you mainly is because I saw that beautiful mustache. What do you got to say to the people out there watching? How do they get a beautiful mustache like you?
Give it time, just let it grow, I guess.
Let it grow. Let it grow. All right, and who are you here with?
Emily.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
You having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just saw these people, the mustache caught my eye. It's almost like mine, you know? But Adam, thank you so much. Back to you, Josh and Biko.
Thanks, Ty. A lot of facial hair talk here this afternoon.
Ty is turning into our expert on facial hair in this ball game.
There's a guy with some terrific facial hair, Cowboy Kyle. Trying to see where he's going to throw this t-shirt.
Game respects game, by the way. I approved of his mustache as well.
I get it. My dad grows a great beard. I'm like 20% Italian. I feel like I should have the genetics. Something went wrong. I just can't do it. 27 years old, on the verge of 28. It's never going to happen.
Would you consider taking supplements?
No, I'm not using performance enhancers. That would. I want this to happen au naturel if it's ever going to happen. I mean, I just get a little mustache and goatee that a cat could lick off. put a little milk on there. Get a little feline friend, that thing will be gone, lickety split. 5 pitches to Dalton Cornett. He earns himself a sprint. Another World Tour, another terrific sprint to strikeout ratio for DC3. He's up to 20 sprints compared to just 13 punch-outs this year.
And over the last month and a half, Cornett has more than doubled his season sprint total, which is very impressive. They will take him off the base paths and insert Bronson Ballholm into the game to run for him.
Ballholm rocking his head coach's colorful vest, too, out on the bags. Nothing underneath as far as shirts go. It's a bold look. Nice backdoor bender. Evens up the count here on Becerra. Swing and a miss. Scooge elevates the fastball as his second K.
It's the first time Becerra had ever faced Ethan Scooge in his banana ball career. Now has a feel for what makes Ethan Scooge so dominant out there on the pitcher's mound, unable to catch up to that fastball.
It's been a recurring theme this weekend, but there's such a learning curve to banana ball for pitchers and hitters. I mean, Scooge is a guy who has broken just about every pitching record in every professional baseball league he's ever played in. Reese Alexiadis, nice sliding catch. And Bloomer robbed of a knock once again. Still 1 for 3 with a double and a couple RBIs, but could easily be 3 for 3.
And I think at the end of the day, Bryson Bloomer can be very content with the way that he swung the bat in this series. And we saw a pretty hard hit liner last night, able to reach on a trick play, missed. And for Bloomer, just 3 good pieces and more so just better defensive plays overall for the Savannah Bananas.
Woman down below us, coming back to her seat with an entire baseball helmet of vanilla ice cream. Des Moines rocks. That is so cool. Also, I'd like one.
I thought you were going to say creamed corn. An entire helmet full of creamed corn.
I'd like that too. I love creamed corn.
As do I.
Tanner Thomas fouled back into the second deck, not caught by the fans. Well, except on the ricochet, sweet snag by a youngster.
Getting the high fives from the kids and adults around him. That was a really nice play.
Biff Baus alerting the folks in the chat, buzzwords incoming. That's correct. We'll be giving away another pair of shoes thanks to our friends over at Hoka's at the end of the 6th inning.
Our friends over at Zappos.
That's right. You could get yourself a pair of Hoka's. Anyhow, Jackson Olsen, second trick play of the ball game, up to 95 on the tour. Ethan Skujay has looked terrific tonight. 2 scoreless frames.
Yeah, really great work overall from Ethan Skujay, another man who's done a good job keeping the ball on the ground for the Savannah Bananas. And Olsen creeping closer and closer to 100 trick plays for the first time in his career.
Hey, Kylie Sadamka! Great to see a legend of BTV as we get down to the young professor for a water balloon derby.
From the party animals is humming them in there.
All right, I've got Kyle Weeks up there. He's going to be throwing some water balloons. In fact, it's a competition on both sides. This is the water balloon derby. Whoever hits the most wins. Gentlemen, are we ready? On your marks, get set, throw! Go! Here we go. They got a break. They got a break. All right, we're on the board here. Britton is starting to cook. At least he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris is putting on a clinic. Oh, watch your lips.
Hit him hard, hit him hard. Here we go. What are we doing? Now we got him.
Oh, we lost our barrel over here.
10,
we haven't missed a beat.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen,
Jake, I'm going to let you go first. How many you got over there?
I've never seen anything like this. Chris just took down 28 water balloons with half a bag.
Oh, well, I tell you what, that's cute. That's cute because we have 9. We have 9.
Oh, yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris.
Oh,
Now batting.
yeah.
One of my favorite things.
Jackson Olsen, first pitch swinging. Jason Swan in foul territory. He's gonna make the snag as he tumbles over backwards. Sticks the landing. It was looking like he wanted to bat it up to himself. And then the ball started playing tricks on him and with a rolling snag.
Yeah, it's tricky. Swanee obviously would have loved to have grabbed the trick play. All of a sudden, that banana ball moves on. You've got to backpedal really quickly. But he's ever the showman. Gets up and is able to get some love from the fans for his little tumble and roll.
Curveball in for strike 1 to Eric Jones Jr., beefy part of the lineup here for the Bananas. Ponce out for his 4th inning of relief. Facing 2, 3, and 4s, already taken care of Olsen in the 2-hole. And now he's breaking off. A dance with some attitude. Well, those guys from Fontana, California can boogie. Ponce and Rack.
And what is so impressive, there is nobody better in banana ball this season at throwing the 3-2-2 or 6-2-2 pitch for strikes than Dalton Ponce. He is doing it nearly 80% of the time this year.
Yeah, that's astronomical. Nobody's close.
No.
1-2 to EJ. Oh, deep out to left center field. And off the top of the wall. Flirting with a 2-homer game. We'll have to be content with a booming double.
Nonetheless, 2 extra base hits in the ballgame for Eric Jones Jr. He's going to be very happy with his performance today. And the Bananas trying to put the pressure on the Party Animals once again, as they've inserted Malachi Mitchell into the ballgame to run.
Inning-winning run in scoring position as Alexiadis takes inside. Reese has flown out and lined out. DJ just grabbed his team-leading 32nd extra base hit. This one blasted the opposite way. It's going to walk off to the 6th inning. Super Reese with his 23rd inning ender. He's now tied with Cox for 3rd on the team. And the Nanners lead 3-1.
Back-to-back doubles for the Savannah Bananas. And overall, they have collected 4 against Dalton Ponce this afternoon. It's been hard for Ponce to escape some of these extra base hits from Bananas batters.
And the guys are going to celebrate with a little football in right. See if Bill Leroy can punch the field goal through. Jake Skoll trying to block it. But a great snap. Excellent hold from Ty Jackson. And Leroy punches it through. The Inners lead by 2 points with 3 innings to play. And it's time to give you our buzzword here this afternoon. 1 free pair of shoes on the line here on today's broadcast, courtesy of our friends over at Zappos. Welcome inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Big thank you to you all spending your first NFL Sunday of the year with us here in Banana Land. What a glorious day it is in the world of sports and entertainment. The buzzword, get you a chance at this free pair of shoes. Sweater. It is sweater. Josh, can you spell it?
S-W-E-A-T-E-R. Sweater.
Yes. September. Could be sweater weather. This is not sweater weather for Biko.
I've been wearing sweaters the entire time I've been in Des Moines, Iowa, and it has been a wonderful time, to be honest with you.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You want to know how many sweaters I packed for this trip?
Yes. Can I guess?
2 sweaters?
No, you couldn't.
I packed 2.
I didn't get a chance to guess. That's good, because I was going to guess like 5. DJ the Invader takes over for Ethan Scujay, who tosses 2 scoreless innings of relief, does not allow a hit, just 2 ball 4 sprints, picks up 2 Ks, and now DJ's going to try and keep the Party Animals off the board as the Nanners lead by 2.
And we saw DJ the Invader throw 2 innings of scoreless relief on Friday night for the Savannah Bananas, and they needed quick innings at that time in the ball game, and DJ provided them. His first inning thrown in 2 minutes and 44 seconds, and he topped it with his second inning, a sub 2-minute frame, a 1 minute and 52 seconds on the mound.
Faces off against his dear friend Jason Swan. Bottom 3 in the order for the Animals. Iowa on the line today. The series is split. The 2-game set was split a year ago, so not just the Hawkeye State here in the 2024 World Tour, but the Lifetime Series hangs in the balance. This one off the end of the bat. Meadows eyeing it up. We're going to get something special. No, we're not. DR battling the sun. Looked like he might backflip, that he was going to bat it up to himself. And in the end, makes a last-second snag.
Yeah, the sun playing some tricks on DR Meadows in center field. Kind of hit panic mode. Just wound up catching it the standard way, but it was an adventure nonetheless for the doctor.
Yeah, you know, in a way, that was special. A very unique play.
I mean, he'll go back to the dugout and have a laugh with all of the guys about it, most certainly.
DR's on the hunt for 100 trick plays. Sits at 80 at this moment, including today. 10 games left on the tour. As Indy muscles this one deep out to right, and Alexiadis watches it bang off the wall. And it's the first double as a Party Animal for Indiana Stanley. The
Previously, it grounded out to third base 2 times, but both of those balls were struck well. This time, Stanley able to elevate out to the opposite field. Party Animals with a threat here in the 7th.
Not just his first double, but his first hit as a Party Animal. He with a homer and a double when he was a visitor earlier this year. In scoring position for Dustin Baber. We're singing about corn once again. Josh, did you know that corn makes whiskey?
I did. I listened to this song growing up. It's almost like a ritual for Georgians.
I think I heard this song for the first time in Savannah, Georgia.
But I'm not a big Luke Bryan guy.
Oh!
I'm not afraid to say that on the stream.
Wow!
I'm not.
On the record.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
It's really not.
Fastball
And he loves
just
the
misses.
Georgia Bulldogs, too. Just maybe makes me feel a little wrong about it.
Right. You appreciate his fandom.
That is correct.
But you separate the artist from the art.
I try to.
Which I'm not saying is always something you should subscribe to. To each their own. But when it's just about sharing fandoms, you know, that's pretty light stuff there. There goes Indy, and that one clips Dustin Baber. Boy, Stanley had third base stolen, but Babes is plunked. So Indy back to second as Dustin takes first.
Yeah, usually DJ, one of the better men at pounding the strike zone, just had that pitch get away from him. Fortunately for Baber, able to duck out of the way and avoid any serious damage to himself. As we are back to the top of this Party Animals order. Reese Hampton up to the plate, hitless today.
On the bottom of the order have done their jobs. Double from Indy. Baber hit by a pitch, 2 men on, 1 out. Now we see if the top of the order can eat. The table is set. Two-1 here on Hampton. Party Animals trailing by 2 points. Would love to apply some pressure here on the Nanners. There goes Indy again towards third. Baber following him to second. But the foul ball once again will erase the stolen base. Another great jump from Indiana, a guy who was a student of Tyler Gillam's Greenlight special base running system the summer of 2022. Pressure burst pipes. Another foul ball. Indy was also a teammate of Dalton Ponce in the MLB Draft League a summer ago on the Fredericksburg Keys. So trying to help out his guy on the mound. Give him a little breathing room. Indy off again. Bill tried to go behind his back. Comes up empty as Stanley gets his second banana ball stolen base of the year.
Well, we've seen the rare game this season where Stanley has been used as a designated runner for the Party Animals. Again, super aggressive and trying to make the most of his time starting for the Animals. But the Invaders, payoff pitch to Reese Hampton, will catch the bottom of the zone. And that is a key strikeout for the Invader, as now Tyler Gillam is out on the field to introduce Dakota Stilts All-Britain, who will enter in quite the sticky situation, trying to keep the Party Animals off the board.
Not sure what Reese was confused about there. He already fouled off a couple pitches, so he definitely knew there were 2 strikes. Well, if he wasn't ready for the pitch to come in, it was pretty much right down Broadway. And his hands in the air as he walked away from the dish.
The only thing I can think of is, was unsure of whether he was in a full count or not. Maybe thought he had a ball to play with, and again, thought that one was a little low.
I don't think so. It was like right down the middle.
I'm just throwing out the guesses here, man.
Your guess is as good as mine. So fair enough. 2 men in scoring position. Chase Acuff trying to come through with a huge hit. He's got 2 balls and no strikes. Nubs it. It's grabbed by Stilts. What an athletic play from the 10-foot 9-inch legend. He strands 2 men in scoring position and escapes the jam.
And he is fired up coming off of that pitcher's mound, giving all of his teammates a high five, tipping his cap to the crowd as well. He got just enough of a bounce to him to be able to field that one himself and throw it over to first base to escape trouble.
And that would have been trouble if it got past our lanky legend. Thing looked like it could have been kind of in no man's land. Rolling slowly towards second base. The roars from the fans here. Good to see they're having a blast here on a wonderful Sunday in Des Moines, Iowa. 75 degrees now as the clock strikes 2:34 Central Time. When you look at the numbers for Sexy Mexi, Ryan Rodriguez, who takes over for Dalton Ponce.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Rodriguez enter last night's game for the Party Animals and threw up a scoreless frame on the pitcher's mound. Did allow 1 ball, 4 sprints, so now you see as many sprints as strikeouts on this World Tour. The Bananas just have a hard time collecting base hits against the rookie righty. They are batting .213 against him in 2024.
Thanks to that great defensive play by Stilts, the Bananas just need 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th to walk off their 4th inning of the day. And they send Michael Vitamin Deeb, the tour leader in walk-offs, up to the dish. 5, 6, and 7. Swinging first pitch, fouled left side, long run. Armando Becerra grabs it, actually in fair territory. And it's going to fall in. Boy, that thing looked like it was headed for the stands, had some serious English on it. And Becerra, one of the better outfielders I've ever seen play in Banana Land, is not able to make the adjustment.
For Becerra, he may have very well thought that one was going to be hit out of play as well. Had to adjust, all of a sudden coming in and fielding that banana ball. For Michael Deeb, he finds himself on and will stay on the bases as the Bananas use Malachi Mitchell last inning as the designated runner.
Official scoring decision.
I think that's an E7.
I agree. Not an easy play, but one you would expect to be made. Swan goes between the legs. Acuff does the same at second. That means no chance at a double play on Robert Anthony Cruz, but they will get 1 out as Swan grabs his 37th trick play. Rodriguez, primarily a 3-pitch guy. Cutter, a slider, and a 12-6 curveball. The bender misses up. Bill pinch hitting here for Correll Prime. And a monster home run last night. Take a look at the numbers here. He's having a terrific offensive year in his 7th campaign as a Savannah Banana.
Early on in the tour, did so well, just continuing to reach base. He had the ball for a sprint and consistent base knocks. But over these last 2 months, the power has been on full display for Bill Leroy. actually had the second highest isolated power among all bananas in the month of August. And here it's Bill working the ball for a sprint. Party Animals having a tough time with the transition. Leroy will take second base, and Robert Anthony Cruz will come all the way around from first to score. It's the Party Animals just taking way too long with their sprint defense overall, and Rack wisely recognized it.
Bill grabs his 11th walk-off of the year on his 25th sprint, compared to just 21 strikeouts. He's always so good at getting bat on ball. Tough to get him to chase. And when you have such a defensively skilled catcher who can hit around 300 on base percentage, around 400, it's impressive stuff. You sign up for that every day of the week. You also sign up for what Zach Phillips has done here in his second World Tour, especially across the last few months.
Yeah, it's been special to see what Philly has been able to do. Now has the earned run average below 4 on the season for the Savannah Bananas. Was the first pitcher to appear over 50 times out of the bullpen this season. He's trying to pitch in every single game the rest of this World Tour. Trying to also become the first pitcher ever to 60 appearances in a single World Tour.
27th round draft pick back in 2018 by the Kansas City Royals. 4 years in the organization. Pride of Texarkana, Texas. As the heart of the order for the Party Animals, 3, 4, and 5. Jake Skoll, Dalton Cornett, Armando Becerra. Killer matchup to kick it off. The best hitter on the tour, former first-round draft pick. Combined 11 years of minor league baseball experience between the pitcher and hitter here. First pitch swinging, Skoll out to center. DR eyeing it up, is gonna pull off the sideways flip. Oh, it's remarkable to see. 81st trick play of the year.
We've been able to see it a couple times in today's ball game. DR Meadows has been trying to collect that trick play in the game. Had one ball on him very quickly, of course, had another one kind of lost in the sun. Finally had his opportunity to get trick play number 81 as Dalton Cornett will pepper this one into right field and pull in with a one-out double for the Party Animals. A strong series offensively overall for DC3. 2 singles, a double, and a home run.
And he'll be pinch run by Bronson Ballholm, designated runner for the Animals. Used for a second time tonight, both of them to take Cornett off the bases, so he can get the gear back on. Prepare to catch in the bottom half. Oh, Armando Becerra deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's foul. That was destroyed. Now this one cued. Phillips is gonna throw wildly. He had Ballholm dead to rights. Ends up spiking the throw. And now there's 2 on with 1 down.
Not the greatest decision overall there from Zach Phillips. Obviously, I think he should have just checked Bronson Ballholm back to second base and focused on getting Becerra over at first in the second out. Trying to work from there against Bryson Bloomer. Gives the fans an opportunity to come up with a catch, but instead Bloomer will be behind 0-2.
2-run double back in the first, a line out and a fly out since then. This one, a wild pitch, gets all the way to the backstop. Ballholm over to third, Becerra up to second. I personally think the decision was right by Philly. He had Ballholm dead to rights, he just didn't execute. He gets the ball in a catchable spot for Cox. Get the lead runner out. That's an excellent curveball. Gets Bloomer swinging for out number 2.
Good execution from Zach Phillips. Going to the breaking ball there against Bryson Bloomer. Now it's Philly who's going to have to bear down against Tanner Thomas. Historically been very good hitting against Bananas' left-handed pitching.
And Philly patiently waiting for Tanner and Vincent to stop dancing at home plate. They had themselves some fun. And Philly starts out Tanner with a nasty slider. Cut on and missed. Now he's ahead 0-2, working quickly. This one bounced to Jackson Olsen. Fires it between the legs over to first. And the Bananas bullpen continues to impress today. Phillips with a scoreless 8th.
Impressive work from the Bananas pitchers. Overall, ever since that 4-run first from the Party Animals, Bananas have kept them off the board ever since.
Yeah, tough to win a banana ball game when you only score in 1 inning. The key is to spread that scoring out when you're the away team. The 4 runs ended up being necessary. The Bananas pushed 3 across in the first and lost the inning just by the 1 run. But since then, the Animals have been blanked the 2nd through the 8th. It only took 1 run in the 2nd, 4th, and 7th innings, as well as the 6th. Throw that one in there, Bika. 4 points for the Bananas. Now the Nanners have a commanding 3-point lead. Can add 1 more with a run against Zach Blankenship, who is tasked with keeping it just a 3-point deficit going to our final inning when every run scored counts as a point. Turn Principal Park yellow. No flashlights in the air as the biggest flashlight in the solar system still blares down on us here in Des Moines. Doesn't mean we're not going to all get together and feel the power of being yellow. Isn't that right, Princess Potassia? Now we'll take a look at the numbers for Bam Bam here on his 2nd World Tour.
Blankenship, another man, much like Brian Rodriguez, appeared in last night's game for the Party Animals. For Blankenship, did allow a run to the Savannah Bananas. What has hurt him more than anything else recently has been lack of command out on the pitcher's mound, an uptick in ball force sprints, and even hit by pitches. Blankenship with 2 Ks last night for the Animals nonetheless, as KJ Jackson hits this one out to deep left field. Armando Becerra tries to field this one behind his back. And not the greatest hustle from Becerra following the trick play missed. And that's what allows KJ Jackson to advance all the way up to 3rd base for the Bananas.
Well, on the other side, tremendous hustle from Kyle Jackson. Makes it to 3rd easily, shows off his incredible speed. Now Alex Ziegler with the inning-winning run 90 feet away. Infield in for the Animals. 2 strikes on a pair of sinkers from Blankenship. Working a curveball change and a splitter as well. Great stop by Cornette to keep Jackson at 3rd. And it's a swing and a miss. Good old country hardball. Blankenship dials up the gas and gets a punch out.
Blankenship now joins quite a few pitchers in today's ball game who've been able to get some pretty critical strikeouts with men on 3rd base. Now Blankenship goes to battle against a left-hander in Ryan Cox as the Party Animals infield shifts in. This one is chopped to Dustin Baber. He's able to keep that one in his glove, but not able to throw it properly to Dalton Cornette on a straight line. KJ Jackson uses his speed to score. The Bananas now with 5 points today against the Party Animals. in prime position to win the state of Iowa.
Well, the boys are going to celebrate with the Sid the Sloth slide, led by Malachi Mitchell.
It's the Continental Drift.
You know, we could call it the Sid the Sloth slide,
I guess.
I mean, Sid's the singer, is he not? Let's get it down to the young professor.
This means it's time to cast our gaze upon that scoreboard heading into the top of the 9th inning. The score is 5 points for the Savannah Bananas to 1 point for the Party Animals. But here's the thing about the game of banana ball. In the final inning, every run counts for a point. And I can tell you something, the Party Animals have been red hot all weekend long. They are looking to score here. On the other hand, the Savannah Bananas need just 3 outs to lock down a victory and win the state of Iowa. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final inning.
And now let's meet the ring dudes. Cowboy Kyle Louie.
The ring dudes are out, and as Jake Sines says, this is our final inning. Danny Hosley takes over, one of the greatest pitchers we've ever seen in banana ball history. But in Salt Lake City last Saturday night, the Party Animals mounted a 7-run rally off Hosley in the top of the 9th when they came in trailing by 3. So it is not an insurmountable 4-point deficit for them here today.
That's right, Hosley enters in a non-save situation here for the Savannah Bananas. Party Animals hit him awfully hard in the month of August, and it was mainly due to Hosley mixing up his mechanics out on the pitcher's mound. Wound up not working out for the Bananas closer, and we did see him toss a scoreless frame on night 1 here in Des Moines. Hoping to do that yet again. Again, help the Bananas claim the state of Iowa, but Jason Swan rockets one past Jackson Olsen at second base and into right field. The leadoff man on for the Animals.
Great piece of hitting there by Swanee, who uses all parts of the field as well as anybody in Banana Land. Party Animals are in the business of base runners. Indy Stanley looping it to shallow right is going to be robbed of a knock by Alexiadis. Boy, that guy covers a lot of ground.
That's what they call a shoestring grab from Maurice Alexiadis. That one right near the grass and reaches out and gets that one, or it falls for a second hit for Indiana Stanley. Now it's Danny Hosley facing the man in the 10-hole for the Party Animals in Dustin Baber. Trying to snap out of a little bit of a hitless skid here in Des Moines.
Dustin Baber way in front of the hanging Vulcan changeup. It's another changeup. Watches that one go right through the zone for strike 2. Swing and a miss. 3 straight changes, 3 straight strikes. No, they're going to say Baber got a piece of that one.
Fouled off by Baber and could not be kept in the glove of Bill Leroy behind the plate.
It turns out never even got to the glove. Pico's just too excited. This could be the game. Cox between the legs, behind the back. Olsen twists it. It's a trick play, double play, as the Bananas win the great state of Iowa.
Ryan Cox collects trick play number 190 on his 2024 World Tour. The glove magician now 10 away from becoming the first man to 200 in a single banana ball season, but more importantly, it seals a Bananas win here in the state of Iowa. This was a quick ball game overall. Another one that finishes well under 2 hours.
And here comes Bill Leroy.
Banana Nation, let's dance!
When Bill says let's dance, the boys dance. We'll be back in action Friday night, here again on the Naners YouTube page as well as True TV. That'll be a 7:05 p.m. first pitch. Broadcast will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern. There'll be 3 games in Savannah. This game, or this tour rather, is on its last legs. Only 8 games still to play. Bill's going to shout out the boys. A lot to talk about here on the post-game show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your winning squad. Infielder Dalton Malden, with entertainers Alex Ziegler, Malachi Mitchell, and Maceo. Tonight's starting pitcher, Jared Donaldson, and behind the plate, myself, Bill Leroy. And our pitching staff, DJ the Invader, Austin Krisminski, Ethan Scooge, Kyle Louise, Ryan Kellogg, Andy Archer, Noah Nisnik, and Zach Phillips. And the boys that do it all, our utility players, Eric Jones and Danny Hosley. The boys in the infield, Danny Oberst and Brandon Crosby. Next for our infielders, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Corral Prime, and KJ Jackson. For the boys in the outfield, D.R. Meadows, Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz, Michael D, Reese Alexiadis, and Ty Jackson. Our coaching staff, Adam Byron, Ray Ortega, and Tyler Gillum. And the tallest man in sports, Dakota Stilts Albritton.
That was an impressive, dominant win from the Bananas. And after 2 legendary games to kick off Des Moines, a very fun one today, albeit not too competitive. Welcome inside the broadcast booth with Josh Chalevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Sunday with us. It was a really fun time for us. Hope you had as much fun as well. This one, Party Animals led. Great first inning. They won it 4-3. Bananas won the second inning, and they did not let up after that. Party Animals failed to score from the 2nd through 9th innings. That was the Bananas beat down to win the season and lifetime series here in the Hawkeye State.
8 scoreless innings to end the game from Bananas pitchers is really what tells the story of this ball game. Fantastic work from Jared Donaldson settling in after a rocky first inning. And from there, DJ the Invader, Dakota Stilts Albritton, Ethan Scooge, Zach Phillips, and Danny Hosley are able to continue to shut that door against the Party Animals. And from an offensive standpoint, a really great afternoon for the Savannah Bananas. 6 extra base hits in this ball game. We saw Eric Jones Jr. collect his 10th home run of the tour to tie the top of this leaderboard in 2024. And from there, the Bananas collected 5 doubles as well, a majority of them coming off of one of the better pitchers for the Party Animals over these last 3 months in Dalton Ponce as well. So the bats were really firing on all cylinders. And again, it also feels like the Party Animals, as this game kind of went on, got more and more frustrated out on the diamond. It seemed to be a little evident at times, and I feel like they were just playing the game with a little bit of lackluster ability, allowing that to really impact their play on the diamond tonight. Hopefully that will not happen as this tour continues.
Right, we have 8 games left, and last night it was so promising how incredible the ball game was with the Bananas already clinching the season series. We had a great first few innings here, and then there's a difference between playing loose and playing calm, cool, collected, because you still want to have the, be able to play and send trick plays in crazy times, which we have seen, but possibly a little bit of the decision-making, the effort shown on the last few innings there for the Party Animals. It just did not seem like they still had the gusto to mount what had to be a pretty impressive comeback.
Yeah, aptly said there, Biko. Again, you know the Party Animals were struggling offensively tonight. Of course, that was causing them a lot of frustrations, but it was shown a lot defensively as well in this ball game. We saw Jake Skull unable to field the ball that was hit very well by Ryan Cox in the game, wound up being a double, but was also a ball that Jake Skull probably should have had overall. And for Armando Becerra as well, had the error in left field against Michael Deeb, and then also had a trick play missed, and then did not show an immense amount of hustle to try and get to the ball afterwards that allowed KJ Jackson to get to third base, and that led to another Bananas walk-up in today's ball game.
But overall, you really have to commend this Bananas pitching staff. It started with Jared Donaldson, who got batted around pretty good in the first inning, faced 8 batters, 4 guys scored, 3 of those runs were earned. Then he responded by retiring 8 straight, 3 scoreless innings through the second and fourth frames. Ethan Scooge comes in, 2 scoreless frames for Scooge, does not allow a hit, picked up a couple strikeouts, and then it was DJ the Invader, Zach Phillips, and Danny Hosley who took it home. I mean, they are the big reason why you saw a frustrated Party Animal squad towards the end of this ballgame.
And look, they also really allowed their defenders to rack up some trick plays as well. We saw quite a few from both Ryan Cox and Jackson Olsen. This was a big game for that duo. Coxie now 10 trick plays away from 200, and Jackson Olsen finds himself 5 away from 100 here in 2024. They are in prime position to reach some pretty big milestones before this tour concludes. And just another outstanding note about the way that the Bananas pitching staff performed in today's ball game. The highest MPI between innings 2 through innings 9 was 4 minutes and 40 seconds from Ethan Scooge in the 5th inning. Bananas, just an outstanding job continuing to attack the Party Animals and be quick out there on the pitcher's mound.
Dominant win. The Bananas reign supreme here in Iowa because of it. What a magical weekend it was in Des Moines, the 200th Banana Ball game ever played. And pretty apropos that the Savannah Bananas win it handily. We do have a pair of shoes to give away from our friends over at Zappos before we shut this thing down. Drum roll, please. Joseph Zizzo. Joseph Zizzo, congratulations on your free pair of shoes. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We will be giving away 3 pairs of shoes across the 3-game set in Savannah this coming weekend. As I mentioned, that will kick off on Friday night right here on YouTube and on True TV. Got to shout out the cast and crew that made this show possible, as well as all 3 of them here this weekend in the capital of Iowa. On the first base cam, Sophia Peach, tremendous work. Same goes for Emerson Elmgren across the diamond, the Iron Horse of BTV. On the third base camera, Clayton Franklin on high home. That is Clayt Pimp for you. On the high third, Lexton Fowler getting some remarkable shots, especially for the replays. That is Battlestar Galactica. On the wireless, Justin Gordon. And boy, he is flying all over Principal Park, getting some really cool angles. Our engineer on these broadcasts have been Nick Keldy, DJ Squints, a.k.a. Cowboy Kel Diggity, also known as
Drone J Squints.
Yeah, that's the guy. When it comes to the folks back in Savannah, our broadcast directed by Keegan Woods, calling all the shots at all the right times. Our technical director, Arch Pongle, pressing all the right buttons at all the right times. Takes 2 to tango. On the replay, Kwanzi, one name, you know him, you love him. He's cooking up some really incredible shots for you to see again. On the score bug, Michael Basista. The graphics run by Julia Massey. The statistics on said graphics, Mikey O'Connor. That is a 3-headed graphic team monster that I'd take over any trio in the graphics world in the world. Our chat moderators here on the tube, Scott Thompson and Cole Bite. _. Big shout out to Kylie Sadomka. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, a legend of BTV. Same goes for our coordinating producer, Chad Reese, the straw that stirs the drink up here. For Josh Talevsky on the color commentary, Ty Jackson down on the field doing some hosting, and Sean Fluke for joining us, as well as the executive producers of BTV, Emily, Jesse, and Carrie Cole, as well as Jared Orton. Biko Scala saying so long for now. We'll see you Friday night. And of course, we'll see you later!
CBS theme song's really good.
Round ball rock.